As good friends often do, Lisa and Lora decided to show their support and took Emma to a ski resort for Christmas to help her forget about her recent breakup. However, veering off the trail with Sam made her realize that this Christmas wouldn't go as planned. Emma tightened her scarf, feeling the chill of the mountain air as she and her best friend stepped into the ski resort's cozy lobby. The warm interior was a stark contrast to the cold outside, buzzing with the lively hum of holiday cheer. Families laughed as children darted around, a massive Christmas tree in the center of the room twinkling with golden lights. The rich scent of pine and cinnamon filled the air, mingling with the faint sound of festive music. For most, this scene would have sparked joy, but for Emma, it only highlighted the dull ache in her chest. It had been 2 months since her breakup with Sam, and no amount of holiday spirit could distract her from the memory of their last heated argument. Her friends, Lisa and Lora, had practically dragged her on this trip, insisting she needed a change of scenery. Emma knew they meant well, but moving on wasn't as easy as they seemed to think. Lisa, the planner of the group, turned to Emma with a bright smile. "Cheer up, Em. This weekend is all about having fun. No thinking about the past, okay?" "Yeah," Lora chimed in, flipping her wavy hair over her shoulder. "And maybe we'll meet some cute guys at the slopes tonight." "Forget that loser." Emma tried to smile, but it felt forced. Her chest tightened at the mention of Sam, as if his name alone could summon the pain she was trying to bury. Still, she nodded. "You're right. Fun weekend. No thinking about the past." As they checked in and headed toward their room, Lisa enthusiastically laid out their plans. "Okay, tomorrow we're hitting the longest ski trail, then maybe we can try the ice rink in the afternoon. Oh, and the Christmas party in the lounge later is supposed to be amazing." Lora grinned. "I heard there's a live band. And a hot chocolate bar. Can't miss that." Emma trailed slightly behind, pulling her suitcase, trying to match their energy but finding it hard to shake her melancholy. The elevator ride to their room was filled with chatter, mostly Lisa and Lora bouncing ideas off each other while Emma stayed quiet, lost in her thoughts. Their room was small but charming, with rustic wooden furniture and a window overlooking the snowy courtyard. Emma sighed as she approached the window, drawn to the serene scene outside. But the moment her eyes landed on the courtyard below, her breath caught in her throat. There he was. Sam. Unloading skis from the back of a car. His familiar figure moved with ease, his breath visible in the cold air. Emma's heart sank like a stone. "Guys. I think Sam is here," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Lisa and Lora rushed to her side, peering out the window. "Oh no," Lisa muttered, her brow furrowing. Emma turned away, panic rising in her chest. "We have to leave," she said urgently. "I can't do this. I can't stay here." "Emma, stop," Lisa said firmly, placing a hand on her shoulder. "We paid for this trip, and we're here to have fun. You can't let him ruin it." "Lisa's right," Lora added, crossing her arms. "You can't run from him forever. He's just another guest at the hotel. Pretend he's not here. You've got us. Focus on having fun." Emma hesitated, her heart pounding. Part of her wanted to pack her things and bolt, but deep down, she knew her friends were right. She couldn't keep running every time she might bump into Sam. Taking a deep breath, she nodded reluctantly. "Okay," she said softly, though her stomach churned. Lisa smiled reassuringly. "That's the spirit. Stick with us, and we'll make this the best Christmas ever." As Emma sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the snowy landscape outside, she couldn't shake the sinking feeling that this trip wouldn't go as planned. Lisa bounced with excitement as she double-checked her gear. "All right, ladies, today is going to be epic. The longest trail at the resort, perfect views, and nothing but fun." She beamed, adjusting her ski goggles. Emma, standing off to the side, fidgeted with her gloves, her nerves evident. She had always loved skiing but hadn't been on the slopes in years. Today felt different. She wasn't just nervous about the trail. The thought of running into Sam again lingered in the back of her mind. Relax, Emma, Lora said, nudging her playfully. Once you're out there, you'll forget all about him. Trust me. Emma nodded hesitantly. I hope so. As they reached the top of the trail, Emma's breath caught. The view was like something out of a postcard. Snow-covered peaks stretched endlessly, glowing under the bright sunlight. The air was crisp and clean, and for the first time since arriving, she felt a sense of peace. This is incredible, she whispered, allowing herself a small smile. See? This is what we came for. Lisa exclaimed, pushing off to start down the slope. Lora followed close behind, laughing as the wind carried her voice. Emma hesitated for a moment, then pushed off. For the first time in weeks, she felt free, as if she was leaving all her sadness behind with every turn. But just as she rounded a curve, her joy vanished. Her eyes landed on a familiar figure ahead, Sam. He was skiing smoothly along the edge of the track, his movements effortless. Emma's heart raced, not from the speed, but from the knot of emotions tightening in her chest. She panicked, trying to steer away, but the icy slope made it impossible. Her skis wobbled as she lost control, careening straight toward him. Watch out, she yelled, but it was too late. She collided with him, and the impact sent them tumbling together off the trail. The world spun in a blur of white as they rolled downhill, snow flying around them. Instinctively, Emma clung to him, her arms wrapping tightly as they tumbled further into the trees. When they finally came to a stop, everything was still except for the sound of her ragged breathing. Emma lay on her back, staring up at the branches above. Oh no, she murmured, closing her eyes. This was not how she'd hoped her day would go. Emma opened her eyes and groaned, wincing as she tried to sit up. She glanced at her skis. One was broken in half. She felt her stomach twist again. Great, she muttered. Emma? Sam's voice called out. He was brushing snow off himself and moving toward her. Are you okay? Fine, she said shortly, brushing him off. What are you doing here? What am I doing here? You're the one who ran into me. Sam shot back, his voice rising. Because you were in the way, she snapped. Their bickering escalated, the frustration and anger from their breakup bubbling to the surface. You always blame me for everything. Emma yelled, struggling to stand but wincing in pain. Her leg throbbed, and she realized she might have twisted it during the fall. Sam noticed her discomfort. You're hurt, he said, his tone softening. Let me help. I don't need your help, she said stubbornly, trying to walk, but her limp was obvious. Sam rolled his eyes. You're impossible, you know that? Without waiting for her permission, he picked her up in his arms. Put me down, she protested, but he ignored her, adjusting his grip as he began walking. As they made their way through the snow, the tension grew heavier. Emma finally broke the silence. You dumped me on my birthday, Sam. Do you know how much that hurt? I didn't dump you, he replied defensively. You blocked me before I could explain anything. Explain what? Emma asked bitterly. That you couldn't handle one argument? I was frustrated, Emma. Every time we fought, you shut me out. I didn't know how to fix it. Emma stared at him, her anger mixing with something else, regret. You didn't even try to talk to me. Sam sighed, his breath visible in the cold air. I wish I had. I didn't want to break up, Emma. I just didn't know what else to do. For the first time, Emma's walls began to crumble. I missed you, she admitted quietly. Sam glanced down at her, his expression soft. I missed you too. When they finally reached the hotel, Emma's friends were waiting at the entrance, their faces full of relief. Emma! Lisa cried, rushing to her side. We've been looking for you everywhere. Lora wasn't far behind. Are you okay? What happened? She asked, her eyes narrowing as she spotted Sam. What's he doing here? Lisa demanded, stepping toward Sam. If you think you're going to hurt her again. Stop, Emma said firmly, cutting her off. Sam saved me. And we talked. Really talked. Something we should have done a long time ago. Lisa looked at her, surprised, but nodded. If you're sure. After a local doctor checked Emma's leg and confirmed it was just a mild sprain, Lisa and Lora invited her to the hotel's Christmas party, complete with dancing and a festive dinner. But Emma shook her head. I think I'll stay in tonight, she said, glancing at Sam. As the clock struck midnight, Emma and Sam sat by the window in her room, watching the snow fall softly outside. A small Christmas tree in the corner twinkled with lights, casting a warm glow. Sam handed her a mug of hot cocoa, and they sat in comfortable silence. Merry Christmas, he said softly. Emma smiled, her heart lighter than it had been in months. Merry Christmas, she replied, realizing that sometimes, getting lost was the only way to truly find each other again. Write in the comments what you think about the heroes of our story and subscribe to our channel.